Hello again, I'm Rodney Reynolds and welcome to another video review. Today I'm looking at the Silverstone Olympia OP1200 1200W power supply. What's included is the user's manual, power cable, screws, and the power supply. The Olympia line of power supplies are available in wattages ranging from 650 to 1200. I'll be reviewing the 1200 watt model, which is more than enough power for even hardcore computer systems. Now, how is this wattage determined? Well, to understand that, you need to know what rails are. Rails are basically well-regulated transformers which convert domestic current into the voltages that your computer system can use. And there are essentially two different rails, the 3.3/5 volt and the 12 volt rail. In this particular case, the approximate maximum peak output of the 3.3/5 volt rail is 250 watts and the 12 volt is 180 watts, which is essentially how the wattage of this power supply is determined. The 3.3/5 volt rail is responsible for the motherboard, memory, PCI cards, and so on, while the 12 volt rail is responsible for the hard drives, optical drives, fans, CPU, video cards, etc. Also, some might be interested to know the peak amps on each rail. The plus 3.3 volt and the plus 5 volt rails are both 40 amps each. Unlike some power supplies that have two or more plus 12 volt rails, this product has a single 90 amp plus 12 volt rail. A single plus 12 volt rail is preferred in a multiple video card setup. There are a couple of important things to remember when selecting a power supply. The first is wattage. Determine how much wattage you are going to require by the amount of hardware you will be installing. Generally speaking, a medium to high-end gaming rig would require a 500 to 700 watt power supply. If, however, you are going hardcore and having multiple video cards set up with lots of other hardware, select a power supply that's above 800 watts. Second, it should be at or above 80% efficiency at typical load. The efficiency of this power supply is rated above 80% at 20 to 100% loading. Third, it should meet the latest ATX and other current standards, environmental directives, overvoltage, undervoltage, and other protections. This power supply meets all current standards. Fourth, I'd recommend choosing a power supply that has APFC. APFC, or Active Power Factor Correction, is something that also assists the power supply in being more efficient and therefore stable under load. APFC basically reduces total harmonics, corrects input voltage, and allows for full input voltage range. Thankfully, this power supply has APFC. Finally, get a power supply that has enough leads for your setup. I should also mention that this power supply uses Japanese capacitors, which result in cleaner, more reliable power than cheap capacitors found in many other power supplies. Let's have a closer look at this power supply. The housing is all steel, and they include a very quiet 135mm fan, which is recessed. But this power supply is extremely long, so it might not fit in smaller mid-tower cases. Also note that this fan is load controlled, meaning the more load on the power supply, the faster the fan spins. Along with the ventilation holes and the large fan ensures maximum cooling, so this power supply will remain cool in almost any environment. Remember though that 1200 watts of continuous power output must not exceed 50 degrees Celsius, which is very impressive. Here's the power cable connection and the power switch. This power supply has plenty of long leads, and they are all sleeved, which reduces cable mess inside the case and will improve airflow. Modular leads, though, would have been preferred, but considering this power supply is most comfortable in a full tower case, it's not crucial. Finally, have a listen to the 135mm fan. If you're looking for a high wattage power supply, I would strongly recommend you check this product out because it offers extremely clean, efficient power. The power supply is very quiet with that load controlled 135 millimeter fan. Now, this power supply is not modular, and because it is of such quality and high wattage, it is very expensive, but overall this is a 100% kick-ass product. Again, my name is Rodney Reynolds. This has been another video review. Be sure to check back very soon. I will have a brand new one for you then. Also, pop into my website at www.3dgameman.com, and while you're there, you can go into the forums and register. And remember, registration is completely free. Also, keep in mind, you can find out a lot more on this product in the forums. And as a final note, if you love watching my video reviews, please remember to help support 3dgameman.com. If you wish to support, please visit support3gm.com. Until next time, take care. Then cheaper, cheaper. Oh, cheaper capacitor, haha. Expensive, but again, that is exactly what you wanted. No, what am I saying?